Guys, we're back at eurdep again, and basically the date is the 15th of the 4th of 2012, so we've managed to get to there, and what I'm seeing there is there's about 9 sort of measurements that go over 0.4 microsieverts, and there's certainly a lot more that go up to 0.3 microsieverts, and we have I think 1 or 2, maybe 3 that go up to 0.4 microsieverts, and I'm going to show you a spike of 1.2 microsieverts. So okay, this is it. This is a whole month. We've got Van, which is around there, and to the right of the map, and then we come down to here to Greece. And I was thinking that Greek emission might have something to do with the Turkey one because of the timing. We've also got something in southern Romania. There was a hit there. When we go into Hungary, we've got something kicking off there. And this was over a month period, obviously. So, and coming up to France, we have something there. I'm going to show you the graph for that. And also there's something on Italy, which I'll show you the graph for that as well. I'll bring you up to Penlee, which we know about, and we've also had something going on in Dole. And we had something going on in Dole recently, the last few days, which will all add to the mix. And don't forget Portugal, which I do quite frequently. My Spanish is not so good, but there's something going on there, and you can see. Anyway, so eurdep's back. I'll put a link up so you can have a look at it in your own leisure. And I'm going to go through a couple of graphs now, let you have a look at those, and we'll wait for eurdep to catch up with itself. It seems to be slowly catching up. Maybe it's taking time to chew the data. There's probably quite a lot of it. Okay, I'm just bringing you to Aiguille du Midi, and as you can see, it's set at 1 month, and it's up to the 15th of the 4th, and I'm just going to bring it down to the actual graph. It's in nanosieverts, and it kind of starts off just above 200, and as you can see, sometime over the course of April, and probably around about the 12th, funnily enough, there's a little peak, and then after that, quite high rise, and we're getting to about 0.34 microsieverts there. So I just thought I'd take you to that and give you a quick look at that one. The next one is actually up to the 16th nearly. Well, oh no, it isn't. No, it's 15th, it stops halfway. And we're getting peaks to 0.32. This is Esch Alzet, Luxembourg, going up a bit further north. Just showing you this one because it's got a great graph. And that's how all the graphs should be looking. And as you can see, there's a good range there, the sort of thing that we get during the course of a day. So I was just bringing you there for that. Obviously Catanorm's nearby, and that will explain the high peaks, but you've seen nothing yet. Taking you to Ispira, Italy. I've got it on one day. I know, I think it's, yes. Now the Italy one, for some reason, stops on the 13th. So it'd be nice to see what happens afterwards. But at the moment, the 13th, it stops, and this is quite something. It's a point over 0.13, 1.3 microsieverts per hour. And it's peaked up there, and looking at this, I would say it probably went on for an hour, 2 hours, about 2 hours, reaching 1.2 microsieverts, and it's turned off. Kind of hoping it sort of would have caught up to the 15th, but as you can see there, it's there's no further data after the 13th. At around about 11 o'clock, and I would have said probably about 9, maybe gone 9 around there in the morning while everybody's going to work in Ispra, Italy. They got that, and it was puddling along under 200 nanosieverts, or hang on, yeah, 200 nanosieverts. That's 0.2 microsieverts. So, and then it's had this big shoot up. Anyway, I've taken you there. I'll just let you come up so you can see the monitor number. ITJRCO5, Ispra, Italy. And there is another one in Ispra, which is this one. And that was poodling up to 0.16 microsieverts, 0.17. A little bit high, but I'm just bringing you to Heathrow, the United Kingdom. I don't really know why. It's got a very straight line, but we could compare it to Odiham, which is kind of Sussex way. I suppose if from London you would head east and a little bit south, and you wouldn't go too far either. Odiham, and got a little map there. It's got GB 2122, and when we come down we see on the 12th in the evening, I'm going to post a very quick Geiger count on this, which is actually from the 12th in the evening, and I got a 0.42 microsievert, I think, but I'll let you have a look at that. And then it was chugging around about the 15, 16, but anyway, so I have a bit of a Geiger counter to compare on this, so I'll just put that on so that you can see what I was getting in London, and you know what Heathrow said we got, and this is what Odiham says we got, which is kind of a bit more believable. But it did go on for 3 or 4 hours. And it got a little peak up there to 1.5 according to this, then up to 1.3 or 4, and then went up to 1.5, and then quite a large one maybe for an hour or so that got up to 0.25 microsieverts per hour, and then a drop, and then it was lower. I think that's right, actually. I think we did get a lower patch after. Anyway, so without consulting all the evidence that's already out there, I'll just sort of bring you to this. This is a shock. This is an English monitor with a spike. Looks like Luxembourg nearly, doesn't it? Alright, anyway, that's that one. And let's hope eurdep comes so we can get a bit of a catch up and find out what's in the air. I'll be posting that on my other video, which will be just a Geiger counter with some news. Just finish off with this any news article here. Its professor says that Japan newborns were treated like guinea pigs for the study of nuclear weapons and radiation. Stillborn babies were secretly shipped to the US for research. And it's from Kyodo newspaper or source, and yeah, it's just information that's come out now. Everybody's known about it, and it was really impossible to get this information, but it's actually come out, thank heavens. And yeah, it's pretty horrific stuff. But I'm going to post this link to the Any News sort of link. I just ask you to have a look at it, especially in light of what's going on in Japan at the moment. It seems like the whole thing's happening again. Alright, I'm just bringing you to the wind map of the UK. The wind currently coming from the north of France, from the Penly sort of Lahag sort of way, and I would say probably more the Penly end of it. We're getting quite high rises and a high average. I'll let you sort of have a look at it. We've had some lower runs at the same time, but we've had some slightly higher ones as well. So at the end of the day, it's what you got there is kind of a nice average for tonight. And it all sort of kind of kicked off around about 10 o'clock. Prior to that, we were getting and basically most of the days we're getting 0.13 microsieverts, maybe a bit low on occasion. It might drop to 0.1 and then come back up to a 0.13 on a kind of an average, an hourly average. So anyway, this is the wind. It's coming from mainland Europe. I would say by the look of these arrows, Penly. I'm going to very quickly take you to the larger map, and you can see that there's a circulating current around there, which will bring all this contamination back to us again. As this, I'm just going to press this so that you can see there's the contamination around here. It will enter here, come around here, and back. And I'll just press play. This is Wednesday, lunchtime, afternoon. That's the evening, so you can see then it comes into a high spot over England. So northern England looks like the contamination might lurk there, and obviously you can see all the blue and yellow. Okay, don't know what's happening there. And generally the UK is going to be having winds coming from more or less from France, certainly up to Friday. So basically I'll kind of leave that there now, and so we have some sort of forecast. There is southerly winds, but they seem to be breaking off and heading out towards the Atlantic from Scandinavia, and a low all the way up the coast of Norway means that any contamination will sit. And we're talking about airborne contamination, particulates, ionizing radiation, particulates and gases. These will all be sitting there. And I'll just take you to eurdep quickly to give you an idea of what might be going on. Once we get the update finished, they're working on it at the moment. There was some sort of problem. Just very quickly bringing you to this, I'm going to put a link to this down. It's a little PDF, it's a reportage, Getty Images, and basically it's just talking about the polygon victims of Kazakhstan, which are kind of forgotten sort of people in the West. We don't hear much about what's going on there, and that's just a little PDF. There's some reasonably shocking pictures. I've seen worse from Kazakhstan, but these ones, there is a guy that has a very badly misformed face. In fact, there's two guys I think that have a misformed face in this. But otherwise, you just see mostly children with mental disabilities and some of the more minor physical disabilities. I'll let you have a look at that if you so wish, and there is some, as you can see on the left there is some writing with it, and if you go to Getty Images, you can actually have a look at the range of pictures on there, which I think are slightly better. The pictures are beautiful. They're very done very sensitively and with art in mind, and yeah, and they tell a powerful story. So I'm going to put that link there for you. I'm going to put some other links as well. In fact, actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to put this link, and it's the results of the Hiroshima studies on children and adults by the Americans. There's an article on Any News which I'll link to as well, which you can have a look at. But this one says that leukemia is one of the biggest things that came out of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I believe. But and so obviously